Hey guys, this is Tarun here from Minus Gateway. So today we'll be looking at setting up the AMD Athlon 3000G to mine with 6 plus GPUs with the B450 Tomahawk from MSI. So this GPU, I've read in the forum that it can support more than 6 GPUs for mining. So let's take a look at it shortly in the next section, where I'll be making some changes to the BIOS and making some tweaks to it so that it can support 6 plus GPUs. So stay tuned for that. Hey guys, so we are here. So what I've done is I've installed AMD Athlon 3000Z here, and I'm using 1050 Ti. Let me show you a closer look. So please, I apologize if this video is a little shaky because I'm holding the phone in one hand and I'm trying to set up the BIOS as well. So let me show you the settings that we need to take care of for AMD Athlon 3000G to support more than 6 graphics card. First you have to go into, if you look at the screen here, you have something called easy mode. If you hit F7, sometimes new motherboards will come. Sometimes when you take the motherboard out of the box and set it up for the first time, it will be in easy mode. So if you hit F7, it will come. So this is how it looks. Let me show you instead of talking about it. So this is how easy mode looks. It's pretty straightforward. It looks like this. So you hit F7 on the motherboard and it will change to this advanced mode, right? So in the advanced mode, let me what you need to do is you need to go to settings. So if you use your up down arrow key, or you can use a mouse as well, but in this case I don't have a mouse connected, so I'm going to use my keyboard. So if you go to settings, go to advanced, under that what you need to look at is Pci Subsystem Settings. Here you need to ensure that above 4G decoding, crypto mining current, above 4G memory, cryptocurrency mining, you have to make sure that that is enabled. In this case, I have set the PCI Express bus lanes to Gen 1 and the chipset also to Gen 1. The reason is generally if you are using a higher gen bus lanes, if your motherboard does not have or if your CPU does not have enough PCI Express X16 lanes, PCI Express lanes, it might consume more than one lane. In the AMD Athlon 3000G's case, the onboard Vega graphics controller itself takes about 2 lanes for it to actually give a display out through the CPU itself. So this is the setting that we need to change here first. Then go to integrated graphics controller. That is the fourth option. Please remember that this is different on every motherboard. So in my case, it's an MSI motherboard, so I'm using this. These are the settings that I'm using. In case of ASUS, it could be different. It could be different for different manufacturers. This particular video is specifically for AMD 3000G, right? So people who want to mine with the AMD motherboards and CPUs, and especially if you're not willing to invest more on the CPU, you can use AMD 3000G. It's a good viable option which will not break your bank in any aspects. So here, coming back to the settings, here what you need is initiate graphic adapter. That setting needs to be set at PEG. That means PCI Express graphics. Integrated graphics needs to be disabled. So what you're doing is you're basically disabling the integrated Vega graphics on the CPU, which will free up the 2 PCI Express lanes from the CPU. Okay, so that will enable us to support more than 6 graphics cards. And the next setting that I change is power management setup. Here, restore after AC power loss, I have set it to power on. So, and I have not made any changes apart from that. So that is all is the settings that you need to tinker with, especially if you want to have more than if you want to have 6 GPUs or more. to be working on the AMD Athlon 3000G. So I have read in some forum that I will make sure to link that conversation in my comments section. So I've read in the forum that the AMD Athlon 3000G is capable of supporting up to 8 GPUs with these changes made in the BIOS. So I'm going to test out with 6 GPUs as of now, and if once I have the 7th and the 8th GPU, I will make a follow-up video on this. So at that point of time, we can review the settings again to see if it is actually working with more than 6 GPUs or not. So at this point of time, you know, let me finish setting this up, and once that is done, let me have this motherboard installed on my rig and have all the GPUs and the risers connected, and after that I will see you on the HiveOS screen in a bit. Stay tuned.
Alright guys, so I was doing some testing. I finally managed to set this rig up, right? I just have a 750 watt Silverstone power supply, so I'm actually connected to an additional power supply to power these two GPUs. So at this point of time, what I'm looking at is there are 6 cards detected. If you notice, I'm not sure if my phone can focus. Yes, it can. So if you look, there are 7 cards that are getting detected. I did hit a roadblock. There were some BIOS settings that I had to tweak. Basically, what I had to do was I had to change the boot priority in BIOS from OS partition to hard drive, and after that, this it started detecting the 7th card. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to connect the 8th card to check if the AMD Athlon 3000G does detect 8 cards, and if we can mine with them as well. So though I have power going to one of these cards, I have disconnected the USB cable from the motherboard and the X1 splitter card. So after uh, let me shut this down, and I will connect the 8th card to check if the system completes post, and then it whether it comes back on to the Hive screen. If it is, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a second power supply to this particular rig, right? And I'm going to what do you call it? Uh, Sync them together with the 24-pin splitter cables that you get in the market. So right now, this is just a very basic power supply for my test bench. So I would not be using this here on this mining rig, because I just what I did. I just paid about $40 for this power supply, right? Not more than that. So just give me some time. I'll see you in a few minutes once I set up the 8th card, have it connected to the rig to see if HiveOS picks up. Um, HiveOS picks up the 8th card on this mining rig. Right, guys. So I'm back after connecting the 8th card up. Right, this rig doesn't seems to complete post. I'm not even getting the BIOS splash screen here. Right, and looks like 7 is the limit for this particular GPU. If any of you all have actually managed to get 8 cards working on the AMD Athlon 3000G, do let me know. So that I can do my research and apply those settings at the BIOS. In the meantime, one last step that I would try to do is to update the BIOS for this motherboard, and then check what we can if that makes any changes to this setup, and if we can get 8 cards running on this mining rig, right? I'll see you in a bit. Thank you. We're back. So the update is that HiveOS and AMD Athlon 3000G does not support more than 7 GPUs at a time. Okay, so what is happening at this point of time is I'm going to do some more research right now. I'm going to let this mine with 7 GPUs. I'm going to keep aside additional keep aside this one single GPU for later stage until I figure this out, and you know check online for some more resources to see what could be the reason why the eighth GPU is not detecting. All right, so that is the further course of action that I'm going to take. So to conclude, for now, it looks like AMD Athlon 3000G only supports 7 GPUs max. Um, the content that the forum that I read was a Facebook post. It was published about a couple of years ago. So that is where I found these details from, and I'm going to revisit that forum to see, revisit that Facebook post to see if I'm missing anything in there, and check if I can apply those settings onto the motherboard. Right. For now, that's all I have. Thank you for watching. If you do like my content, please like and share, like and subscribe to my channel, and that really helps me to bring more content in, and motivates me. So, and it also supports me in the long run as well. So for now, I'm signing off. You guys stay safe, take care. Bye bye.